If you guys have seen the price of power stations, you know they're extremely expensive. Well, here's one way to get a 2,000 watt power station and save a ton of money. This is insanely easy. You just use your own battery. This is a Licitti 2,000 watt AC battery box. Let's check it out. Now, if you guys remember in the past, you saw me review the Licitti 1000 watt battery box, and you saw how simple that was. Basically, you put your own battery in, and you're good to go. Well, this one is a 2000 watt battery box. Same deal. You're going to put your battery in. You're going to be ready to go. Now, for today's review, I have a 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. I'm going to be upgrading that probably to a 200 or 300 amp hour battery. But for the time being, that 100 will work just fine. This is a really neat system. Very simple to put together. There's no wiring or anything like that. You're going to unscrew the back, put the battery in, connect it, boom, you're done. It does have straps inside there to make sure that the battery is in there securely and won't bounce around. So you have a beautiful big display here. And again, we'll display all this once the battery's inside. I want to show you how to do it. Beautiful big display here. You have a 12 volt DC 10 amp cigarette lighter adapter. You have two plugs in here, a USB PD power delivery port and the QC 3.0 USB plug. Of course, you have your power button and your main on and off switch. Your AC output, and yeah, there's just one plug, but you know, that's more than enough. You can run an extension cord off it. And you have two of the bigger bigger Anderson, plugs in here. One is a, 20 amp hour solar input and a 30 amp solar input or output up top there. And you can use that to charge this off a car battery or charge a car battery off this. So it can be used to jump a vehicle. I'm going to show you some of the accessories that come with it. Right over here, I've got, of course, the car charging adapter. Let me take that out of the bag quick. There we go. And of course, you got a little positive and negative terminal here to put on your battery when you install your battery. This is the car charging adapter. So if your car needs a jump start, this will do it. Plug it in there, you're good to go. You also have the adapter here, your input, for your solar panels. So if you have an existing solar panel outside with MC4 connectors, you can just connect this, plug it in, and off you go. You're charging up, no problem at all. They do give you a little hex key here to undo the back. It's funny, very first product I ever reviewed that got sent to me, I actually used for this video. This is a little mini toolkit for electronics. And at the time I didn't have any tools, and I was thinking, tools are a good idea for prepping. You should have some tools. And this was sent to me, so I used theirs there. It worked fine. Anyway, we'll give you a little more info on this. This does have Bluetooth, okay? So you can monitor this from a distance. I have that set up, and we'll try that out too. And see how it's doing charge-wise, what's going on with it, everything there. And another nice thing about this is everything is recessed in here. So if this is something you're going to be carrying around, say bumping around in your car for camping or anything like that, all your ports are recessed in here, so nothing's going to get broken off or snapped or anything like that. So the first thing I want to do is take the back off this thing, and I already have it off actually. Screws are over on the table there. And I'm going to show you what it looks like from the inside. All right, so essentially the brains and the guts of the unit are on the top up here. You'll have your battery shunt, charge controller down here, voltage regulator, and your plus and minus terminals. These are your battery terminals. These are wires that are going to connect to your battery terminals. And the negative is longer because it's going to go in the back, and the positive out here. This is your battery tray. Now, this is kind of neat. I didn't notice this when I took this apart the other day, but this battery tray actually has screws to hold it in place, as well as straps for your battery. So basically, you're going to strap your battery in here using these straps, then push it in, all right? And then you're going to take those two little screws that I just took out now, put them in there, and that will hold it in there so you don't have to worry about it flopping around anywhere. So what I'm going to do is take apart my old Licitti 1000 watt power box, and we're going to put that 100 amp hour battery in here and start this up and see what it looks like. All right, your first step is going to be putting your protectors on your battery terminals. And I just like to pop those over the top there, and we'll be screwing our battery into that one and that one here. So we'll get that all done. Then I'm going to put the battery in the tray here. Now I'm going to open this thing up a little and get the battery installed in the tray. I did remove it from the other power station, the 1000 watt Licitti power station. the previous one I used. But this is a nice upgrade. And again, I said I'm going to get a bigger battery for this because I definitely want a little more amp hour out of that battery. So let me move you over here and let's get this done. All right, it is in the tray. It fits perfectly in the tray. We are going to move that around a little. And I'm going to strap this down. Hopefully I didn't stick it under there. And it's really just simple. You're just going to put it in through here. And I like to strap it in before I wire it up. That way I know everything's in there securely. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's all clear. And it's that simple. So basically you've secured the battery in this tray. You know it's not going anywhere. Now let's slide it in and screw in the terminals. All right, so we got the negative on. Okay, I did have to do a little taping. There's a piece of wire with this similar coating on it that was getting in the way of the battery going all the way in. So I just taped it up against the side. It's supposed to be there. It was just in the way. So I'm going to unscrew this. Put this terminal on. Push that back a little. Go like that. Or like that. Either way. We get the screw on first. There we go. I'd like to put it on this way. There we go. Okay, so there we go. That's going to be lined up and pushed in there when done. If I can get my fingers around it. All right. And that's as simple as it is. You're basically going to put this battery in here. Now you'll see two holes down at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see them on camera. We're going to put two screws in there to hold this in place so it doesn't bounce around. And it's a nice tight fit in here, all in all. Everything fits in there perfectly. No issues, no problems. There we go. And there you go. So I'm going to push this in, and we are going to screw in the last of those two little wires there, and we'll be good to go. And put the back on too. All right. Got the final screw in there good. I'll tell you something. I've used this a bunch of times since I got this kit many ages ago, and very handy. All right. Next step, I'm going to turn this around, and it's kind of heavy, so I'll do it off camera. And we're going to make sure it works before we put the back on. And we have success. It is doing perfect, doing just great. I do have a little bit of a parasitic draw. I suspect it's the battery shunt system here. You got all your options in there to change stuff around. Your max voltage, we'll go back, we'll go up and down through that. Now I'm going to try to connect the Bluetooth to this. As you can see, the Bluetooth symbol is on up on the top screen there. We're going to try and connect that, and I'm going to show you what that app looks like. Okay, that was ridiculously simple. It's not even a minute later. I had the app on my phone, and it's just the Licitti app. Okay, and this is your voltage, your status, your history here, average charge current, discharge current. And again, I just plugged this in, so we're probably, oops, where'd it go? There we go. Anyway, that's how fast it was. Came right up. We're going to, hang on, let me get it down to the correct amp. There we go. So it's fully connected, and we are going to, it turns blue when it gets connected. It was white when it's just sitting there. And that's simple. That's as easy as it is to do it. Now you'll notice that screen will time out, but this is still active, which is good because you have to leave this on to charge it. So we're going to put the back on, and we're going to put this over where the 100 amp hour version, the 1000 watt version was, and we're going to give it a try and see how we like it. All right, before I put it in place, I do want to make sure everything is in working order. The first thing I'm going to do is test the AC output, and I'm going to use it with something that I know is going to draw a lot of power. That's this little burner plate here. So we're going to kick it on, and immediately you're hearing the fans go. We're 1300 watts there. That's drawing 1300 watts. That's there we go. It's updated. 1300, 1296. So it's definitely able to draw the power. That's no problem there. We got about, what, 55 minutes that it will run on that. Battery goes down to 12.4 amps. So definitely working. Cool. Okay. Now we're going to try the USB output, but I'm going to be using the USB power box that came from Licitti as well. And you can see that on their website as well. Because there's only one plug here, but you can really expand it with that power box. So let me plug it in and try that out. All right, sorry to back you up a little bit here, but I wanted to make sure you saw this. This is the power box, and it plugs into the 50 amp hour plug there. 50 amp Anderson. And there you go. Notice the light is on. So that's all working. With this power box, you're going to get your barrel connectors, another cigarette lighter plug, 2 conventional USBs, 2 QC3s, and 2 Type-C plugs as well. And that's always on when the unit is on, even if the AC is off. You'll notice I have the AC off. So very simple to do. Next, we're going to put it in place, and we're going to try out the solar charging. I have a 100-watt panel outside that we're going to plug in there and see how well it does with that 100-watt panel. Of course, I'm not going to sit here all day and make you watch it go up, but I want to make sure that plug is working and everything's working well on that. So there you go. It's plugged in. It's charging. I will bring up the app for you so you can watch it. You can see it charging up on the app. Getting about 1.48 amps, 19 watts. Not a ton of power right now because it's not in the sunlight. I have to move it around a little bit. But it's definitely charging up, so that's very good to see. So, we're going to finish up the video. I'm going to tell you where you can pick this thing up, and I do have a discount code for you as well, so you can check it out on the website, and we'll be right back. One of the things I did forget to mention was it does come with this neat little instruction manual. You get everything you need to do. The app, you can scan QR codes, or you can just download it from the App Store. Very, very simple to use, just Licitti. And I'm impressed with it so far. It's doing a good job. It's up to 96% from 93%. And remember, that's just on one little 100-watt panel out there, one of those rigid EcoFlow panels. So the deal on this is, these are $438 without the battery. Now, let's compare that to other power stations that are 2,000 watts. You're not going to find one for $438, okay? I do have a discount code, okay? And that is Iridium 50. That will save you $50. So I'm going to leave the link down below. I'll leave the code as well. Copy and paste the code. When you're checking out, go to use your code and you can get the discount there. Again, yes, you're going to have to buy a battery. I used that little Power Queen 100 amp hour battery. That thing was, I believe they're in the $400 range as well, or 300 something. There are even cheaper lithium iron phosphate batteries out there in the $300 to $250 range. Basically, you'll be getting a 2,000 watt power station for a whole lot less money. And if you use the expansion port from Licitti, where you can plug in all your USB stuff, that is even more. You know, you can do even more with it. So I'm impressed with it. This is going to be my little workhorse out here when I need a whole lot of power quickly. Or if I ever need to jumpstart a car, or my own car for that matter, this will do it. And I'm really impressed with it. It seems to be a lot more detailed than the previous 1,000 watt version. It didn't have that big meter on it, and I'm just watching it charge up here. So 96 amp hours, 96%. That's gone way up. Getting about 1.8 amp on the little thing there. So definitely a neat little system. And I like the Wi-Fi stuff too, the Bluetooth, I mean, because I can monitor this from inside my house anytime I want. Pop this on, say, oh, okay, we're doing this today or that. So definitely a good deal. Save $50 with my code. The link will be down below. So check them out. And don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store. If there's nothing in there that you really want to buy, just click that link and shop as you normally would. We really do appreciate when you do that. We have our freeze-dry wholesaler link. He is back in stock on a lot of items, so check him out now. Freeze-dried wholesalers will save you 15% with that link. My link will save you 15% is what I mean to say. When you get to the end, you check out, and you'll see that discount for 15% off. It could be a whole lot of money in the end. Our My Patriot Supply link, that's preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. Lots of excellent food storage options and preparedness gear there as well. Definitely check that out. And our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay safe and stay prepared.